What's up, SNA Assassinators? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video. And what a AEW Dynamite was it tonight? Like, not only it have everything ready for Forbidden Door with more matches ahead, like whether if it's like with AEW championships or New Japan championships or even with wrestlers, whether if they're from AEW in New Japan or CMLL, they're completely ready. But also, we got matches ready for this coming this coming Saturday for the full year anniversary of AEW Collision since debuting the show last year around this time of the month and end of the year. Like, but we're going to talk about what happened tonight. Like, we had plenty of cool segments with Swerve Strickland and then also Chris Jericho and a couple of good matches. But the top two definitely belongs to the one I've been advertising on my podcast, which is the TBS champion and the international championship between Mercedes Moné against what's her name, Zeus is, and then also Will Ospreay, the aerial assassin, taking on Rey Fenix. But yeah, we're going to talk about that in just a moment. We're going to talk about Swerve Strickland coming out with Prince Nana doing the swerve dance like always. This is where Swerve Strickland had plenty of things to address with his championship. His championship match against Ospreay. This is where fans let everybody in the room know whose house it is, and it is indeed Swerve's house in Des Moines, Iowa. That's how it's pronounced. Des Moines, Iowa, and this is where Swerve was like, he's like, y'all are already ready for some dynamite. Y'all already know, guys. Like, and he was like, and as a matter of fact, I'm like, the actual question is, like, anybody ready for Forbidden Door right here tonight? He's like, that's gonna be here in a couple of weeks, live in Long Island, and as you should be, because at one point we got the Billy Goat himself, we got the international champion, the aerial assassin, Will Ospreay himself, and he's gonna be challenging me for the champion, for my AEW World Championship, like the mogul himself, the history maker, and the house that y'all in that he owns the keys to. Whose house it is? Like Swerve, and that's where the fans said Swerve house. Like always, it's where he's like, yeah, Swerve's house. That's right, and that is Swerve Strickland himself in the main event. It's for the AEW World Championship, and then then we got the fans start clapping for them. This is where the Swerve Strickland, like, yeah, imagine two bona fide stars in the wrestling industry. Two guys, they'll be in the main event, they'll collide with each other. It is gonna be for all gold, baby. Like, even though I'm not fighting for the international championship because I don't need that, because that's what Ospreay needs when I defeat him and show him whose house it is and remain as your championship. So I won't embarrass him too much. But this is where he's like, he's like, there's gonna be two in this ring, must admit, but he's like, I'm not sure if I should call it Will. Maybe it's one killer, more like. He's like, that's the one killer in that ring, particular. Will Ospreay, and he's like, Will Ospreay, I told you years ago, when once you have that killer instinct, there's not going to be anybody in this industry that's going to stop you. And then that's been true as of late. And I take it back for a whole year ago, Ospreay, when it's been the whole last year. You versus Kenny Omega, you versus Chris Jericho, and you versus and other names that he named in AEW and even in New Japan. He's like I thought It's like, I saw a killer. I got a killer. I'm no let afraid. I saw an assassin, and then I was thinking to myself, I know plenty of assassins, and I'm not sure if he's actually one, but he does be assassinating in that ring, I must have. But anyway, this is where we got Swerve Strickland was like, yeah, I saw the assassin got a job done. No, he was not talking about yours truly, even though he's the one and only assassin, while Ospreay's the aerial assassin. But anyway, this is where we got Swerve Strickland's like, and he's like, you tore the house down with Konosuke Takeshita, and then once you got done fighting him, you fought with Bryan Danielson over in Dynasty, and you know what they did? like you obliterate poor Danielson like in that dynasty match, like that nearly saw the near end of his career once again. Like, but this time it looked like it's gonna be for good, even if he can be able to compete in the ring. Like, you assassinated him, and then a month after that, at Double or Nothing in May, you also obliterate Roderick Strong and that's how that's where it became the international champion. And he's like, and that's what the champion you are currently right now. And you've been defending it normally, like ever since you have been the champion. Like you've been like you're good. And as a matter of fact, you're gonna be defending it tonight against Phoenix. Like, and I hope you do win, so you can have a championship while you can. Like, and then he's like. And this is where it's like, I gotta admit, you are a fighting champion just like me. Like, unlike a couple of certain EVPs here that decide to make excuses to make and try to defend their championship like whenever they feel like it, and they haven't. To be honest, I don't think they have defended their championship ever since becoming the tag team champion. And it's my thing. Like, I could be wrong, but it's just they. Like, but my point is they don't really want to defend those titles as they should do it. Like, and this is where we got the Young Bucks coming out like along with Okada, because we heard Swerve Strickland said their names a bit too much. This is where they came. This is where Okada they got on the microphone. Like, I was like, this is very surprising. I thought I would never see him speak more often, especially like for his his fellow elite members. This is where he's like, "Hey, Swerve, stop it! Like you said way too much right now." And like, as far as I'm concerned, like what you're saying is not 100% accurate. Like, I want you to stop where you're going and just slow down, because you're swerving way too much in the car, metaphorically. There's more than you have, and this is where we got Okada's like. He's like, and you claim whose house it is that you're parking your car, and this is where then the fans remind him this is his house, not the Elite's house, which that would not be a good same ring to like what we say to Swerve. But anyway, this is where we got Okada's like, I don't think it's Swerve's house. It's my house now, BITCH, or biscuit iced tea chick hotcakes. And I was like, is that the only word he knows that's a swear word? Like, and I was like, Okada, just because you say that word doesn't make you cool. Like it depends on on when do you say that word. This is where we got Matthew, or was it Nicholas? Oh, yeah, I think it was Nicholas Jackson got on the microphone. He was like, allow me, like I'm gonna take it from me. Like, now Swerve, like you, like he, like the reason why we actually come out here to address like some business that you happen to be a part of, that Swerve. But we're gonna get to that in just a moment. Like, but right now I want to talk about like how dominant the Elite has been from the last few weeks. Like, half the fans may cheer, half may not. This is where then there's like we chopped down plenty of trees, including like the likes of Kenny Omega, like, and we broke Eddie Kingston's leg. I was like, you're not the one that broke. It was that railing in that New Japan Resurgence event. But that's another story for another day. But it's where we got then they made up saying they said, like, in the Anarchy in the arena match, like, the only thing that is true, what they did, and that was defeat the team AEW, most specifically Darby Allin, Bryan Danielson, and FTR, which I heard FTR, like, very own Dax Harwood's going to be out of action for the next few months. And I wish him a speedy recovery and hope and pray that he comes back to AEW television. He don't miss too much away from the company, and hopefully he'll be in a much better predicament in his career and his health at the same time. But this is where we got Nicholas Jackson's like, he was like, and all the trolls in the box in here, like they don't think that we are not worthy to be we're in the position that we are right now. Like, and it feels pretty damn good. Like, all the trolls, Oh, that's what he said. Like, they doubted us, like, and saying that we couldn't be in this position that we are in right now. But look at us now, and they said that we couldn't beat Team AEW. But look what we did at May 26th at Double. Heck, even the wrestlers in the back like also agree, and they said we're not good enough as fighters, fighters as well. Like, well, like we guess what, guys, like we challenge AEW's best that it has to offer in the most violent match in AEW history, and that is Blood and Guts. And I was like, oh yeah, like I was starting to remember that this is the time of year for the special Blood and Guts event, like which is I'll say either the 8-man, 10-man, or even the 12-man. What's that? 12-man cage match, double ring, double cage, like how WWE does the War Games on Survivor Series, and they used to do it on NXT around that time of the year. Like, well, yeah. Normally in June or July, they usually do that. And I was thinking to myself, we could see the Elites, Young Bucks and Okada and Jack Perry could challenge Swerve Strickland and whoever's going to team with him, which I believe one of them will possibly be Dustin Rhodes. But it's where then we got, what's his name? Nicholas Jackson was like, and this is where then this is where the Swerve Strickland got on the microphone. This is where he was like, and this is where he's like, first of all, like nobody don't wear pearl necklaces anymore. And second of all, oh yeah, they gave a gift to Swerve and Prince Nana, which was their Reebok shoes. And then this is where then we got Prince Nana holding on to it, and then it's where then once he got to that point, he's like, second of all, Prince Nana, like, will you care to do the honors of what we're gonna do with the with the gifts that the Young Bucks gave us, and this was Prince Nana. Then picked up, tossed the shoes up in the air, and went right from behind. This is where the guy in the front row then grabbed onto him, like who he was wearing Will Ospreay jersey. This is where then we got everybody. Everybody in the Elite, besides Matthew Jackson, was very pissed off. They were about to try to attack Swerve. This is where we got Matthew Jackson. Yeah, I got it correctly. Like, then try to play speaking like guys, like you know what's that buzzing around? Like, and he was like, what is that? What was that in the air? Oh yeah, it's an injury bug, just like you, Swerve. Like we're about to do to you, champ. And then this is where they try to take off their dress shirts, and this is where Swerve was like, okay, you want to fight? He took off his jacket. He was like, I can take. I can take on the four of y'all. This is where it looked like it was about to be a 4-on-1 disadvantage. But luckily, the Acclaim to come out there to even the odds. And even though they have a history together, I was thinking to myself, like, maybe we could see some kind of a blood and guts match with these four members of the Elite taking on the team of Swerve Strickland, Max Caster, and Anthony Bowens, and Dustin Rhodes in a blood and guts match. Let me know in the comments down below if you would like to see that around between this month or next month in July. But yeah, this is where we got the Acclaim scared them right off. This is where we got Christopher Daniels was like, he was like everybody, like, let's all calm down. Really?
$60. Wow. I got a $700 bet on
Are you serious?
Yeah, 5 picks. But I won the car.
Are you cash on your account?
Never put on my account.
Good.
They asked me to make a bet right now. I'm not gonna make a bet right
now. Just try to find a way to cash it out. Huh? I said try to find a way to cash it out. But anyways, this is where we got Christopher Daniels coming out to settle things up and make sure everything is on schedule, like for tonight's episode. Just where it's like, hey, everybody, like, settle down, like we cannot have this right now because we're about to head into our because we got one match that we're about to start up next, and we also got 2 very important title matches that need to be that we're gonna have on tonight. Like, so, we can deal with this later. Like, we can have the Young Bucks we have the Young Bucks taking on the Acclaim next week, like in a eliminator match, which they already are advertising right now. But right now we got Jack Perry. He's in the match in the qualifier, in the qualifier match for the AEW ladder match, for the TNT Championship at Forbidden Door. In that match, he's gonna start right now, and he was like, and everybody, besides Jack Perry, I need all of you to get out of the ring and get right back into y'all's respective locker rooms right now. And he's like on the power of Tony Khan, this is where we got him. Finally went to the back. This is where we got Dustin Rhodes coming out, and I was like, man, Christopher Daniels kind of looked like an AEW Adam Pearce, with his authority figure persona that he's playing as. Now that he's all part of been an assistant manager, I guess, of Tony Khan, if I'm not mistaken. But this is where we got Dustin Rhodes messing with a T, no, messing with just the double S, messing Jack Perry's world up, beating him right into the outside until Jack Perry attacks him, start hitting some forearms right into the face once he got back in. This is where we got Jack Perry. Then also, what move he hit? It was it was on the right side of the ropes. This is where then he pointing at him after he started choking him to death, trying to go for a sleeper. This is where he goes for the P trigger. I believe he was trying to take a shot at his brother, the current undisputed WWE champion. I'm not sure if I should even say that on an AEW review video. But this is where we got Jack Perry's I remember Cody. This is where he then provoked Dustin Rhodes so bad to the point that he went red hot into the face, or that was just his face paint. Either way, I just cannot tell the differences anymore. But this is where he hits a power slam, a very flaming hot one, when Jack Perry was running his way when he went right to the left side. This is where we got Dustin Rhodes was going for his comeback move until he brought him right to the bottom left side of the corner table. This is where he started hitting the right hand. This is for me. This is for my brother. This is for everybody who you're disrespecting right here. In this match, this is where the fans start counting until he got up to 7. This is where he was about to hit Shattered Dreams when he lifted up both his left and right leg. This is where Aubrey Edwards no, don't do this. You don't want to get DQ, do you? This is where Dustin Rhodes is yeah, but I'm just hitting my leg. This is where then Aubrey Edwards was yeah, but that's still illegal because you're hitting them right into the place that you that's gonna make them more weaker rather than stronger. This is where then Dustin Rhodes okay, I'll just grab onto the steel chair, and then this is where Aubrey Edwards you can't eat her. That's even worse than trying to go for the low blow. This is where we got Aubrey Edwards. He's oh, well, that's fine with me. This is where he hits the Shattered Dreams right onto the man that loved crying people rivers. This is where then he follows it up with a crossroads, so Aubrey Edwards wouldn't notice the difference. But Jack Perry then flipped right out of it and snap-mared him right into the middle of the floor. This is where we got him try to go over super kick right in the midsection. Dustin counter. This is where he spin him around, start hitting some bionic punches like him and Cody's dad used to do, the American Dream himself. Which him and Cody always do all the time, do the bionic punches. This was start doing doing this with his hands like he used to do, when he did his version of his dad's bionic punch and elbow strike. This is where he does it like this, and he rolled it up like his daddy Dusty. And then this is where then he started doing the all natural, and he elbow strike him right between the eyes, right onto to what's his name, to the Jack Perry, that's what his name is. This is where then he finally got a guaranteed crossroads right onto Jack Perry, knocking him out. This is where it looked like he about to go for it's where it looked like he was about to get a 3 count. I thought for sure that he might think. I think of Jack Perry gonna win because of obvious reasons, because we need him in that match, whether he's gonna win or lose that match. But he's important guy to be a participant in that TNT chip, trying to complete the elite with gold. But this is where once he but yeah, it looked like Dustin Rhodes had it right here at one point. This is where he tried to go for a cover. But this is where we got a 2.99999 0.1 away from being 3. Oh, excuse me.
Can you run this out to Lewis's friend where he just shot him real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Because he said he's sitting over there waiting.
Okay, no problem.
I have it right here.
Okay, excuse me for a moment.
people to apart.
You're welcome anytime. Yeah. Okay, SNA assassinators. Back here. Anyway, as what I was saying. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, Jack. It was Jack Perry and Dustin Rhodes. But yeah, he hit him with the crossroads to follow things up. Right, but it ended up Jack Perry ended up kicking out at 2.999, 9999999 minus 0.1 away 3-3. And I was like, wow, he's literally kicked out of that. Like I was about to have some second thoughts right here for Jack Perry to take a pinfall loss, and I was like, well, man, how bad would that be in the IWC? Like, even though I prefer even though I rather prefer I'd say Jack Perry as more of a deserving guy, of what more of I'll say not deserving in kayfabe, but I'll say he's the guy that should be in this match no matter whether he wins the championship. And don't get me wrong, I would like to see, as much as I like to see Dustin Rhodes win, we all know that it wasn't Dustin's match, unfortunately. But hopefully he does get a title match before he calls it retirement, I guess you could say. But this is where we got Jack Perry, then got back up, beat him into a bloody mess. This is where then we got Jack Perry to try to go for his running his finisher right into the upper right side. This is where Dustin Rhodes got up on his knees. He was like, I said, flub you. And this is where he did the middle fingers right onto Jack Perry. He hits him with the knee strike. He brought it to the end, and he got the 1, 2, 3. And the winner of this match and the third participant in this ladder match, Jack Perry. And I want to give, I guess, a big congratulations, which definitely deserves a third place spot on the best match of the night. Let me rephrase that. Well, yeah, what are your thoughts on the match? Do you think it definitely deserves the number 3 spot, or do you think it was higher or lower? Let me know in the comments. But we got next up. We had what happened. There was. Here's where then we got a backstage interview with Orange Cassidy from the remarkable Renee Paquette, like how Excalibur would like to call her. Here's where she started asking him questions on this match later on against the team of Roderick Strong, Konosuke Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher against him, Kyle O'Reilly, and Mark Briscoe. But that's where then we got Renee Paquette to start asking questions like what are you. You and you have this, and you also have Trent Beretta you have to worry about. What you're going to do in this situation? Or just it's a few people that I think that have my back, but there's one person for sure that I definitely know who has my back. And then this is where we got Mark Briscoe and Kyle O'Reilly right beside, and also Willow the Pillow Nightingale, the Night and Terror. She was right beside Orange Cassidy. This is where Mark Briscoe's like, I have something. One question, I have one word, I should say, more like real quick. Renee, you're talking about last week. That's the thing in the past, girl. You're gonna get what. You're not gonna get what you're going when you're looking at the rearview mirror like that. That's back. That's backwards, bizarre even. Today is the dead. It's wrong today. It's our division, and our division is and a collaboration, you're right here, and it's 3 men, it's gonna be dire straight this evening. That's Roger Strong, that's Kyle Fletcher, and then that Konosuke Takeshita. And I was like, man, he must be watching WrestleMania because why we call him Takeshita? But anyway, this is where we got. But we also got my boy Kyle O'Reilly right in my right. We got Orange in the left, and in the middle, the Ring of Honor World Champion, Mark Briscoe, and he's like, and then what Kyle O'Reilly gonna do with one of them? He's gonna snap one of their legs with the their legs in the two and do the dragon screw. It rhymes. So it must be true. This is where we got this. This is where then what's his name? Mark Briscoe to say and then there's the man in his hands in his pockets, and that is the human size orange, and that is freshly squeezed man himself, Orange Cassidy. We got the 3 most bad boys and the 3 dangerous, unpredictable men in all professional wrestling. And tonight, you're gonna get in trouble. There's nothing you're gonna do about it. There's nothing to do. And the only thing you're gonna do is go get your ass. And then this was and you're gonna take this ass whooping, and he's like, let's go, brother. I'm ready. And this is where we're getting ready because their match was up next after Roosh taking on this Des Moines native, like that was an enhancement talent that had a tryout with AEW, which this guy didn't stand a chance. Like when he went in the ring, I feel sorry for this guy. Like he just got tossed around a bit until we got Roosh and sent him right to the bottom right side. Started hit a double drop kick right into his face, and then followed that up with a double foot stomp plenty of times until he tried to go for it again. This is where then we got him going for the cover. He got the 1, 2, 3 winner of this match, Roosh, and I want to give a big congratulations to him, even though it only lasted for like probably 30 seconds. But this is where we got Justin Robertson said like I want you to say, I want you to, he pointed to Justin Robertson, I want your microphone. This is where he was like, I got something to say right here to our little Des Moines hero here that failed to, failed to demolish me down to this canvas. This is where he grabbed on the microphone. This is where he put his foot right onto his neck. This is where he's like, ha, 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 ha. Like, yeah, like you're a stupid American, like just like the rest of these guys. And I was like, oh boy, like don't tell me we're gonna have a foreign heel character in AEW. Like I thought that was all behind WWE now, but it seems like Tony Khan's trying to take a page out of Vince McMahon's playbook. Let's hope he does not do so, because that will not be good business for him and his company. But anyway, this is where we got Rooston said like, I'm gonna pretend that you are Maxwell Jacob Freeman. This is where he picks up the poor guy. This is where then he started hitting right hand right onto this poor guy. This is where he started stomping on him. This is where went to the upper right side. This is where he tried to go for a double hands to the face, double feet to the face. This is where Excalibur's like you don't want to mess with the bull because you don't get the horns. And this is where we got MJF was more angry than a bull than Bruce has ever been. MJF coming out there. This is where they start beating the hell out of each other with MJF kind of saving the day right here. Very rare for the wrestler that's made out of salt. This is where they start throwing fists at each other. Like boom, boom, boom. And then this was like, oh, here we go. And I was like, luckily Booker T's not here. And this is where we heard the bell start ringing. I was like, I don't think that's going to get their attention. That's the least noise they're going to stop fighting. Like that's going to distract them from fighting each other. So I don't think that's going to be useful. Like this is where the bellkeeper just started doing it anyway until we got MJF and threw Roosh out. This is where I tried to pick him right back up and get him back and beat more of his kick more of his rear end. But this is where we got Roosh then grab onto him, threw him right into the bottom corner with that barricade, then followed it up by throwing him right onto the upper right corner side barricade, but MJF turned it right around with the table. This is where he threw him over the barricade, ran right through there. This is where he fell right on the outside. This is where the MJF then grabbed onto Roosh. This is where then he then started hitting some right hand, started pounding him right into his face. This is where then we got what's his name? This is where we got Christopher Daniels come in with the referee. Like, hey, that's enough. I understand you, Max, but like not in this way. And this is where the MJF is like, whatever. And this is where he hits him face first right onto the banister. He's like, this guy thinks I'm just a complete joke, and I'm gonna show him what a joke it truly is. This is where he got him in a headlock, started hitting some right or left hands more likely to Roosh. This is where he tried to throw the leader of La Faction like right into the right side of the box-like structure, but this is where we got Roosh then counter through him instead. This is where they grab on one of the smaller box-like structures, threw him face first right on the MJF. Like, whoa, like that's very painful to watch. This is where then we got Roosh then threw him face first right into this little desk table. This is where we got well, Rooston tried to grab him to try to slam him right through the table, but it seemed like it backfired. That plan did. Like this is where we got MJF lift him right up like about 10 feet in the air and spine busted him right through the table. This is where he was like, yeah, like who's standing tall now? BITCH, and then this is where then MJF then and try to do some more damages, like try to strike on the leader of La Faction. This is where we got the referees and security guards finally got them apart, break them up. This is where they're like, come on, like calm down, like guys, like not now, like we could arrange a match. This is where they finally did so because they advertised right on right onto the Titantron or the screen on TV, where it says that next week on AEW we will see them fight into a hour free. A commercial free. Not hour free. Commercial free in the first hour of AEW Dynamite on the kickoff of the show, when the show kicks off, I should say, next week, in the first hour AEW Dynamite. And this is where we move on to the next slide. We got the premier athletes taking on the team of Samoa Joe and Hook, which Hook wanted to get his hands on Tony Nese and Arya Daivari. This is where we got the match started. This is where we got was it Arya Daivari and no, it was Orange Cassidy and Kyle O'Reilly and Mark Briscoe versus a team of Roderick Strong, Konosuke Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher. We'll just start off with the freshly squeezed wrestler and Roderick Strong, but this is where Orange Cassidy was like, no, I don't think I want to fight you right now. How about I'm attacking your former best friend or best friend, whatever the relationship is, who's like, all right, go at it with your friend. This is where he patted Kyle O'Reilly for a tag. This is where he rolled underneath the ring. This is where we got Roderick Strong, want to fight his friend of me, so he just tagged in Kyle Fletcher. This is where it was the battle of the Kyles. Who's the better Kyle in All Elite Wrestling? This is where then Kyle O'Reilly tried to go for the first strike, strike him right to the left leg. I was like, he must definitely be the better Kyle, even if he didn't hit no kind of maneuvers. But this is where we got Kyle Fletcher hit a forearm right at him, but this is where Kyle hit a right hand to his face, right back at him. This is where they start going for forearm war, playing wrestling tennis, until we got Kyle Fletcher go for a headlock right on the O'Reilly, but O'Reilly dips him right to the top corner. This is where we got and about throw him right to the bottom corner side. This is where we got Kyle Fletcher hit a shoulder tackle right on the Kyle O'Reilly. Went right to the right side. Kyle O'Reilly does a slide duck. But it's where we got Kyle O'Reilly goes for a leap when he was coming his way. But it's where he knees him right in the midsection and maybe the foot. This is where we got Kyle O'Reilly go for wrist lock. This is where we got Kyle O'Reilly and tagged in Mark Briscoe. This is where then he goes for a wrist lock, elbow strike his arm. This is where then he start twisting it, and this is where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna mess your world up, boy. And then this is where then he started hitting some knife edge chops, like if he was his one of his wrestling best friends, Eddie Kingston. This is where then he put him right to the upper right side, but it's where we got Kyle Fletcher counters out of it. But it's where he then intercepts by hitting the springboard forearm. He's like, I'm gonna do the Briscoe Correze going you. This is where he gets tagged in by his fellow Don Callis family member Konosuke Takeshita or Takashita, with Mark Briscoe and WrestleMania said. I was like, man, what is up with these people with these accents? Always called Takeshita Takashita. I mean, either way, it sounded like either one, so I'm not going to argue. But anyway, this is where we got Takeshita did argue with Mark Briscoe a bit until he hit him with an elbow strike. But this is where we got Mark Briscoe hits one right back at him just to start playing elbow wrestling tennis right into one another until we got, what's his name, Takeshita then raked him in the eyes after he hit one final elbow strike. This is where then we got Takeshita then grabbed onto Mark Briscoe. This is where he then he went right to the right side. He attempts to go for a big boot, but this is where we got Mark Briscoe going for a slide baseball duck. If he was Xavier Woods, he has a big right hand right into the gut. I was like, hopefully Takeshita's ribs are okay after taking such a blow. This is where he hit. This is where we got Mark Briscoe hit him in the face first, right into the turnbuckles in his corner in the top one in the upper left side. He tags in Orange Cassidy after hitting some chops, which earned him a number. I guess the number 10 spot, but this is where we got Orange Cassidy. They're going for the no hands crossbody, but this is where we got Konosuke Takeshita then grab onto him like if he's about to go for a fallaway slam or a power slam. This is where he swings Orange Cassidy's legs and hit him face first right onto the forehead. This is where he got him right to his shoulders into a fireman's carry, but this is where we got O'Reilly trying to save the day. But he get instantly booted right there, where we got Konosuke Takeshita hits the fireman's face buster like maneuver, and then followed up with a Claymore kick, like or was it a Claymore knee? I should rephrase. This is where Konosuke Takeshita starts stomping onto the orange wrestler. This is where he started hitting some right hands right into the face, following that up. This is where then we got Kyle Fletcher was cheering on his teammate. This is where he's like, "All right, I'm ready to get tagged in." This is where he does tags him in. This is where we got Trent Beretta then was in ringside because, of course, he was because he is part of the Don Callis family. And I was surprised like he was not sitting right next to Don, like considering that's his new family member. And they're ringside, and they're not going to get close right in, onto Orange Cassidy in any way. This is where we got Kyle Fletcher and. It's where we got Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita did go for a double Irish whip right on the Orange Cassidy in the bottom corner. That's where they go for a double clothesline. But it's where we got Orange Cassidy then go for a pop-up hurricane right on both men of the Don Callis family. This is where we got Kyle O'Reilly hits a knee strike right to Konosuke Takeshita. But this is where Roderick Strong did a baseball sliding dive kick right into his frenemy Kyle O'Reilly. This is where we got Mark Briscoe then charging right at Kyle Fletcher, but this is where Kyle Fletcher then thought he was the smart one here, so he tried to go for a clothesline, but this is where we got Mark Briscoe ducks in the bottom corner, go right to the bottom corner. This is where he goes right back. He ducks out another clothesline. Suicide dives right on to Roderick Strong, right into the top corner ringside area. This is where Kyle Fletcher was like, two could play this game in this flying game. This is where then we got Kyle Fletcher suicide dives him once after he started hitting some punches right onto Roddy Strong. This is where we got Orange Cassidy and was in the ring. This is where he's like, why is Kyle Fletcher doing out there when he should be in there with me? Just where he was like, since he's out there, like I thought I could join into this little brawling, brawling get together that they're throwing here, like in a unexpected way. But Kyle O'Reilly and Kyle Fletcher start going fists. They're start revisiting their battle of the Kyles. This is where then we got Orange Cassidy's like, should I do it? Des Moines fans is where it's like, go ahead and do it. What you're waiting for? This is where it's like, he did shrug emoji, go for a crossbody right onto to everybody. Like he hits a flipping, what's that? Somersault right onto everybody except for Mark Briscoe because he moved out of the way, took a page out of Samoa Joe's playbook of the nope spots. They're like, nope. And then this is where he walked out. This is where we got Orange Cassidy stared straight at Trent Beretta. This is where Trent Beretta's like, oh, don't worry about me. I'm not going to attack you. Like, I'm not going to do that. And when it's not unless it's time. And then this is where then Orange Cassidy's like, okay, you better do. Like, because like I'm gonna still keep my eyes on you. Maybe it was a big mistake of we worry about that member of the Don Callis family and not the others that he's actually in the match with. Because this is where we got Konosuke Takeshita was right behind him, switched him around, hits a Popeye-inspired swinging punch right into the jaw, like knocking him out. This is where they're knocking Orange Cassidy's block off. This is where we got Trent Beretta was like, yeah, that what you get for worrying about me. This is where we got the heels throwing them right into the ring. This is where they start doing a triple team against the freshly squeezed Orange. This is where Orange Cassidy then was like, then flip right out of it, like and like which we got them trying to grab onto them, but they grab on too much, and then that's when we got the orange peel then came off of him. This is where he slipped right out, got the hot tag onto Mark Briscoe, or was it Kyle O'Reilly? No, I think it was Kyle O'Reilly that got to come back, and then this is where we got Roddy. This is where then we got Roderick Strong to come out, like try to help out his teammate Kyle Fletcher. But this is where Mark Briscoe came in. This is where they start hitting their punches right to the respective corners in the bottom right side and the bottom left side of the corner turn. But this is where we got. Roddy Strong and Mark Briscoe's playing wrestling tennis like if they're the league. I know that I know some kung fu. Like, this old hound dog, he knows all the tricks in the martial arts. And then this is where he's like, you want more? It's where then he started going for Karate Kid. Like, it's where he tried to go for that kick like on the original Karate Kid, like with the cream kick. But this is where we got Roderick Strong counter out of it. This is where he goes for a half Nelson backbreaker. But this which where I believe he already did that maneuver earlier, like which which there wasn't a guarantee the second time, like in the wrestling rules, like book, like one of the wrestling rules in professional wrestling, like if you try to hit a move, and you successfully hit the first time, it's not guaranteed the second time, which that's what Mark Briscoe showed right here. This is where he had to step up into gear. This is where he sent him right to the bottom left side of the corner. This is where we got Mark then go for some kind of a running attack move, which he mistakenly did not know which one to choose from in particular. This is where he gets easily booted right to the face from the former international champion. But this is where we got Mark Briscoe shoved Strong out of the ring so fast. This is where then he's like, all right, like you're back up, like I want you to take over as the legal man. This is where he goes right to the top corner. This is where he gets tagged in by Orange. This is where he goes for a baseball sliding kick right into the face of onto Roderick Strong. This is where we got Konosuke Takeshita try to grab onto Mark Briscoe's legs, but he did a smart leap right over him. But this is where Kyle O'Reilly joined him right into the bottom corner apron. This is where he boots Takeshita right into the face. This is where then we got Mark Briscoe to go for a blockbuster neckbreaker on the Kyle Fletcher right into the outside of the ring. This is where then we got Orange. This is where he got thrown back in the ring. This is where Orange Cassidy took control of the Don Callis family member and the former United Empire member. This is where he was waiting for him to get right back up so he could hit the crossbody right onto him. Or no, it was a flying tornado DDT right onto him. This is where it looked like he was about to beat him just with this move, even though that's not his finishing move, or like the move that he'll never hit me with, which is the orange punch and the beach break. Or the beach break, let me rephrase that. But once he tried to go for a pin, it was so close because whoever got his hand nearly at the mat at an inch, like which you probably thought that was a 3. Even though it's the most randomest finish in all of professional wrestling, but it was so close though, you gotta admit. But Kyle did kick that out at 2.9999999. I might as well going away from being 3. And this is where Orange Cassidy's like, it was like, how did I kick out? Even though that was not my orange punch or my and my beach break like I normally do. But even Tony Schiavone acknowledged just like, oh my god, like that was almost over. And I was like, yeah, it really was, like no sugar honey iced tea. And I'm not asking for a refreshing beverage. Just saying I'm just saying it in a very PG way of the swear word, even though you can allow to say that word on this show, which I'm still thinking to myself, why I'm not saying it. Maybe I should be saying it through time to time on AEW stuff. But sometimes even on this show, like they don't really always have them be allowed to say that word. Only in sparingly times, because there's sometimes that they do censor it out. Maybe that's mostly on Rampage. But that's where we got Roderick Strong then coming in and intervening, and this is where he hits the what's that? Roderick Strong that attacks Orange Cassidy when he's trying to go for the move he'll never hit me with. This is where we got Kyle O'Reilly then try to fight and defend his teammate. But this is where Roderick Strong hits a strike right into him. This is where we got him trying to go for a rebound clothesline like how John Moxley used to do it. But this is where he gets caught caught by Roderick Strong. We try to close on him, but Strong hit him with a backbreaker, which I made a mistake. It was a guaranteed this time because the first time it wasn't a guaranteed so much. This is where we got Mark Briscoe that hits a fisherman's buster right onto Strong. Takashita then tried to go for an attack, but this surprisingly Mark Briscoe was ready for him. He kicks him right in the gut. This is where he got him in a double underhook position maneuver. This is where we got Konosuke Takeshita play possum on us, and he must have been arguing with Simon Miller later on. Earlier on, like back in the afternoon, about using the most devastating move in all of professional wrestling. Now, I'm sure if Sami Zayn's successfully retain his championship by using this maneuver, this Saturday when he defends his Intercontinental Champion against Chad Gable, which is less likely, unless he's in a certain time in Saudi Arabia, maybe towards the end, for Crown Jewel. But yeah, I see what Simon's talking about, because this move never works. But same like Sami Zayn, But I'll say even if what's his name, even if Sami Zayn does retain, I'm thinking it's not going to be the move because even in Scotland, it's still a cursed move. Unless he is in the Middle Eastern country. But anyway, this is where we got Konosuke Takeshita hits a blue thunder bomb right onto him. And even if both him and Mark Briscoe are the legal men, I don't think this move would have worked because, like Simon says, it basically sucks in the wrestling community at the moment, no matter what promotion you're working for. All right, but this is where we got fine hits and DDT from Orange Cassidy. This is where then we got a Kyle Fletcher trying to clothesline Cassidy out of the ring, but this is where he ducks. Hits a go for a ripcord maneuver, but this is where we got Kyle Fletcher counters and got into his back. This is where he pushes him right to the left side, try to receive him and try to go for a sidewalk slam. This is where we got Kyle Fletcher to go for a flying head system DDT. This is where he goes for like a stunt gun, like right onto what's that? Kyle Fletcher. This is where we got Kyle Lord goes for a stomping boot right to the face, and then hits him with a discus forearm. With Orange Cassidy hit a middle drop kick when Kyle O'Reilly swept him right in the back of his legs. This is where we got. This is where then we got Orange Cassidy that takes off his elbow pad because it's time to hit his finishing maneuver, which will be the same. At first, Yeah, no, not yet. This is where he goes up in the top rope. This is where he tries to dive right off in the top. This is where we got Roddy Strong trying to grab onto Orange Cassidy's leg, which I'm not sure if that's illegal in this match. But luckily, we got Kyle O'Reilly trips him over with a leg sweeping trip, which made him fell right over on the top corner of the ringside area. But it distracted Orange Cassidy so much that he forgot that he was in the match because this is where we got what's his name coming out of nowhere, Kyle Fletcher with a step up Insiguri right into the head, try to go for a suplex. This is where we got Mark Briscoe then snuckily tags in Orange Cassidy from behind. This is where we got a brainbuster. This is where Kyle Fletcher thought he was still in the match, so this is where he tried to go for the cover. But this is where we got Mark Briscoe. It was right up on the top rope. This is where he hits a elbow drop right on the hem, right on top, when Orange Cassidy rolling out of the way. And he would have probably gotten away with it if it wasn't for that meddling loudmouth. And then this is where we got Roderick Strong coming in. This is where then he tried to attack what's his name? Mark Briscoe, but this is where he gets caught with a guillotine by what's his name? Roderick Strong. And hey, Michael Vasquez. Yeah, it was a very great show. Especially the championship matches with the international and the TBS championships, respectively. And Vasquez, make sure to watch to the very end of what I'm going to talk about because it was very tremendously phenomenal. But it was to talk about. But anyway, this is where we got Colorado got what's his name? Roderick Strong into a guillotine locked in right onto Roddy. This is where we got Mark Briscoe to go for a double underhook. This is where we try to go for the. This is where we got him trying to go for a double underhook suplex. But this is where we got Konosuke Takeshita coming in. This is where he tried to go for clothesline. But this is where we got Mark Briscoe ducking out of it. But this is where he gets hit with a big forearm right to the face. This is where we got Mark Briscoe then was on his knees, but he gets hit with a big driving knee strike. This is where we got Kyle Fletcher to hit a sit-out pile driver right onto the head and face of Mark Briscoe to get the 1, 2, 3. And the winner of this match, the heels of the two members of the Don Callis family, most specifically Kyle Fletcher and Konosuke Takeshita and Roderick Strong. But I want to give them a huge congratulations. It was a really great match, which I'll say it ties with Dustin Rhodes and Jack Perry as the third place spot, the best match of the night. Which I'll say this was a perfect way to continue the momentum in the third place spot. Put in a row like that. These matches get the third place, and then we of the countdown of what it gets the number one spot in tonight's AEW Dynamite, and then we got the next match in the right middle, which was the TBS Championship, gets second place, and we get the main event match because why not? Because Ospreay's in the main event scene right now, trying to win Swerve's championship. This is where we got But anyway, this is where we got a post-match beatdown by Trent Beretta going after Orange going after Orange Cassidy. This is where we got Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher then attacking Kyle O'Reilly and Mark Briscoe on the ringside. But this is where we got Willow the Pillow Nightingale and the Night Terror came out to help out her new best friends. This is where she was like, "Where the hell?" Wait, like. Oh wait, was Will came out? No, I don't think she did came out because it took a while for her to do come out. But let's just say when, like, but this is where we saw Willow the Pillow, but not in good shape because she was ambushed from behind by Chris Statlander, and yeah, and she was learning more more lessons about reasons why you should never trust Chris Statlander because she always sneaks at you from behind. Just look what she did to me on AEW Fight Forever, like when I was giving people autographs. But anyways, yeah, this is where we got Chris Statlander tossing Willow Nightingale right into the top of the stage. This is where we got Stokely Hathaway started running his big mouth saying, like, this is what happens when you get into Stokely Hathaway's business, little girl. And he was like, and we're going to drag you to the damn stage. Like, we're going to be dragging you to the ER. And this is where then Chris Statlander started mocking and taunting the fans. This is where then we got Don Callis like, I love the sound of that, and I look and I like what I'm seeing right here. It's like Stokely, don't you and your client ever consider joining the Don Callis family? And then this is where we got Stokely Hathaway saying like, well, I get some consideration, but for now, I think me and Chris are doing fine, doing our own thing. But thank you for the offer. But yeah, I want to ask you guys: do you want to see Stokely and Chris Statlander to be a part of the Don Callis family, or do you think they're better as what they're doing right now on their own, as a powerful, dangerous duo? And I guess I would say most likely in the women's division. Well, Stokely's obviously not a woman, like he's a man, obviously. But you get what I'm saying. But let me know down in. But let's move on to the next slide. This is where we move on, and we got the next match coming up, which I believe was Samoa Joe and Hook against the premier athletes of Tony Nese and Arya Daivari. I was about to call him Ari Daivari, which I don't think I ever called him Ari Daivari like when I reviewed him before, because the last time we saw him in AEW was like early 2023 before I was even doing these podcast videos. But this is where we got a backstage interview with Renee Paquette, or the remarkable Renee Paquette. I need to start remembering to say, like Excalibur would love to call her. But this is where we got her interviewing Ray Phoenix about his match later on for this and this is where she announced, like, unfortunately, his last international championship was cut short due to injuries. Like, and he's like, but he's been a trios champion, a tag team champion. He held championship in many different promotions in his career. Like, and earlier she got a chance to speak with Ray, and then he said, like, of course, that he knows how good Will Ospreay is, so he's being prepared for that. But Will Ospreay is one of one, like that knows singles gold, that the sniffs it a mile away. My apologies for the tongue tie. This is where we got we got a hype video from one of the New Japan wrestlers, the Dragon, I believe that's what his name is. This is where he was hyping up coming to America for a right. This is where then we got this guy named the Dragon, I believe. Like he coming to America for AEW, like for Forbidden Door. This is where we got what's his name was backstage and into where the interview journalist usually interviews the wrestlers at, like in that booth, like which he was right on camera. This is where it's like I talked to Tony Khan earlier today, and he said that Okada he's gonna be wrestling in an eliminator match to see who's gonna fight you for this international. And he was like, and if anybody beats you like in this little gauntlet match, like they're gonna earn a shot at the He was like, yeah, I talked to Tony Khan, like, and whoever wins that match, like, we'll get a shot. Or what the match? It was what kind of match it was? Tony Khan just thought will be wrestled in eliminator matches, like matches where if your opponents win, they're gonna earn title shots for the world championship or the world tag team championship. Let me rephrase that. They're gonna earn the shot at the world tag team championship and the international tag, the continental championship, respectively. That's what he said. Yeah. Like if they win and the Continental Championship respectively, like, and also now Okada, like, you're used to having all seconds barred from ringside, like, but Matthew and Nicholas, like, Tony Khan decided that next week your match will have all seconds, like like your boys like Jack Perry and Okada are going to be barred from ringside, like in the tag team match. We're going to be putting and there's not going to be no kind of interference from anybody like in AEW that's going to be in this match, like that y'all going to be in next week, like, and like. And he's like, and you don't know how lucky y'all guys really are. And this is where he started chuckling. He's like, all right, now who's getting the final laugh now? And this is where then we move on to the next slide. And what's your thoughts on this announcement from Christopher Daniels with Okada being in 2 different matches in the eliminator match? Like, whoever if they both win these matches, they're going to earn a shot at the AEW World Tag Team and the Continental Championship, respectively. And who think that these guys are going to be, which we're going to see the Acclaim are going to fight the Young Bucks, which I believe that I think I meant to say, like, Okada's going to fight. Throw down in the comment any of that, but this is where we move on to the next slide. We got this is where we got hooked and got started, I believe, with Arya Daivari. This is where he started beating the hell out of him, hit him an exploder suplex. This is where he beats the pib out of Tony Nese when he tried to come his way. This is where he hit a exploder suplex on him as well. This is where then Hook was like, I wasn't ready for what I was going to bring to you guys, like, in this match. You thought that I was easy to intimidate. And this is where we got smart Mark Sterling. Think he was very so smart and slick for grabbing onto Hook's leg when he went right to the right side. But this is where Hook spotted this. He was like, what was that all about? Before he can even do anything to the manager of the Premier Athletes. This is where we got Arya Daivari and hit a clothesline right from behind. This is where he started stomping on. This is where Kazuchika Shibata did not like what exactly Smart Mark Sterling did, so he just whacked the sugar honey iced tea out of him right into the face. This is where then he picks up and he picked him right back up. I was thinking, like, man, like, I was surprised he didn't kick his head off and decapitate his head, like, after it didn't such a. This is where we got this is where we got Samoa Joe to grab onto Tony Nese. He hits the Kokita clutch on him, even though he wasn't the legal man. Neither the Premier Athlete himself was. The other half was legal, which was the Persian Lion when he tried to go for the hammerlock lariat. But this is where we got hooked, then duck out of it. Then hit the red room right onto him. This is where both men did not have nowhere else to go, so they had no choice. Well, Tony Nese was getting choked out in the corner in the upper left side by Samoa Joe. This is where we got hit the red room right on the Arya Daivari right into the middle of the ring, and the canvas went and made him tap out right into the red room. This is where the winner of this match was. Oh yeah, and Kazuchika Shibata also hit a submission hold right onto Smart Mark Sterling. I was like, yeah, he definitely deserved that for trying to get involved into business that don't even concern with him or even just barely concern him whatsoever. But at least he got taken care of. And what's your thoughts on this match? Let me know in the comments below. Even though it lasted less than 5 minutes, but still was a pretty good contest. Like it definitely need this in the mid card. Like while they have some other good matches to open up the show and innovate the show, and even matches in the middle. But I want to give a ginormous congratulations to the team of Hook and Samoa Joe. And what's your thoughts as of late as this latest alliance? Let me know down in the comment section right down below. But let's move on. Here's where we got. Stephanie Vacuer then send a message right back at Mercedes Moné because she saw her message that she sent to her last Wednesday. This is where then. This where then she was like, Mercedes Moné thinks she's gonna take my strong women's championship. Like, huh? Do you think again, girl? Like, in this where she was I'm this championship for a reason, and I prove everybody wrong. Like when all my that's what because that's exactly what my last victims that I fought when I defended this championship all over Mexico and Japan, and now like you are coming like for the title that was supposed to be yours, but now it's all mine. And it's remain that way at June 30th when I take away your championship, Monet, I can become the new TBS champion. Whether or even or if you not lose it to my partner, which we all know that my partner's really not going to win this championship match, and I understand why I even mentioned that in the first place. But anyway, this is where it was like, and she was like, I work hard like every day, like all over the world, like and then this is where she continues saying like, and then he and instead of just sitting around and walking the red carpets, like which she was taking a quick shot to the CEO, which I'll say I don't think she